So Matt, you're telling me that I shouldn't have bought Shiba Inu at its all-time high? No, of course not, because you could buy it a lot cheaper today. Let's get right into the video, folks. If you guys haven't seen this, folks, this is, in my view, getting to be a very good time to buy SHIB. And I've made a lot of videos on this, and I've had people in the comments, wondering, oh my goodness, why didn't you tell me to buy it, 0.000034? Because that's crazy high. I knew there would be some kind of pullback. I'm not a financial advisor, but this was bound to happen. So I'm looking at this, and I talked about this in my previous video, that, hey guys, monitor this over the next couple of days, and it looks like it is getting to be a good time to reaccumulate some Shiba Inu. Because as you guys could see, of course, this was on the very, sort of early morning of today, the 7th. You guys could see, of course, it has a natural pullback, like any asset that is inflated. And you guys could see it is now heading down. And now I believe it is a much better time to buy than it would have been yesterday at a lot higher of a price. So you guys could tell, of course, the market cap right now is down 11%. The coin is down 11%. That's fine. I'm not worried about this. Again, guys, we've been covering SHIB on this channel for an awful long time. I'm not worried about this. I've seen pullbacks before, and this was only bound to happen. So when we take a look at the chart here, it kind of raises a question as to when does this stop? Well, I'm going to answer that, but first, guys, definitely go ahead and take a look at Webull. Link down below in the description, folks. You could sign up now, and you can get up to 6 free stocks for a limited time only, guys. Link down below in the description. It is so easy. Recently, someone did it, and we both got a free share of Apple. So that's pretty awesome stuff. Link down below in the description, guys. Take you 2 minutes, and you can easily make 15, 20 bucks, and if you're lucky, an awful lot more. Link down below. So the question is, when does this pullback stop? And as I mentioned in the previous video, you guys could see here, the relative strength index was crazy high. Again, could it have continued to go up? Yeah, it is possible, but were you going to see another 300% gain after reaching this high yesterday? No, I didn't think so. And you guys can see right now, it has, essentially popped for the time being. And now that raises the idea as to when does this continue on its uptrend and when should we rebuy? Well, generally, folks, I think a good idea is just to kind of watch the way these candles chart while the relative strength index here is near the bottom. So you guys can see the relative strength index here is near the bottom, meaning there is an implication here that this has been, to a degree, oversold. And of course, once we watch this relative strength index head down a little bit lower, somewhere around here, you guys can see it will be somewhat considered oversold. So my guess is that this sort of streak will end maybe around 15, 16. That's really a conservative estimate. But again, guys, when we zoom out here and look at the big picture, what is so amazing about this that you guys can see here is we used to debate as to whether or not, it was a good buy or a sell day when it was at, 0.000007 or 0.000008. And it's like, hey man, we're way higher than that. We're essentially triple where we were a month ago. So again, if you guys sold a little too early like I did, don't feel bad, because I do think that a period of really a good time for new accumulation is going to start. So again, we're watching this rapid sort of crash here, and it really does, put into question a few potential lines of support. And again, this is not me saying, oh my God, SHIB is going to crash, but this happens when any asset gets overinflated in the temporary time. Dogecoin did that as well. It reached 60 cents and then headed back down to 20 cents, but it was still a lot higher than 4 cents where it was. So I think Shiba Inu is, en route to do kind of the same thing. Now, the question is, where do we stop? So a good potential line here to sort of question is the 21-22 line, because you guys can see for a long time on the 6th, it sort of traded around that line. Another potential line could be the 12-13 line. And you guys can see here on the 4th, it kind of hung out around there for a little bit. So I tend to look for things that last for, a good few candles, and the coin has a hard time passing. So again, you guys can see once it breaks through this 22-23 line, we have a parabolic series of growth. Now, right about now, really, I think it is retesting this sort of line. So again, if it continues to chart horizontally here for a little while, which it very well could here over the next, day or so, if that happens, yeah, it might be a good time to rebuy, because then obviously, we could potentially watch it surge up again. But it is, important to be careful that if this line is broken, this support line here, which was made pretty clear here on the 6th yesterday, this support line, if that is broken, and it very well could break, it could fall through that. If that happens, then we might want to, reacquire some SHIB a little bit lower. And of course, the goal, man, is to buy as much Shiba Inu as possible at as cheap of a price as possible, right? So ideally here, folks, we're going to want to watch this and see, okay, what can we do to put ourselves in a situation where we can afford the most amount of Shiba Inu at a single time. And again, I think the best way to do that is to sort of go for, these lines of support that, have been established over the past couple of days and, question yourself whether or not it's going to fall through. But if you're looking for more of a technical look at things, we could always take a look at the Fibonacci retracement, which fantastically here has been fully charted out for us. Yesterday when I did this, the auto retracement here wasn't completed, but you guys can see this essentially takes a look at the start and the end of the run. So we have the start of this incredible parabolic run here at around 15. That's where it's starting it, and it's ending it here at around 35. So a little bit of a double here in that run. And then after the 35, what it is monitoring is how much of a percent it falls from that growth. So from here to here, we have 100% of this growth range, right? So on the red line, we are 23.6% down from the top of the growth, then 38.2% down. So these lines will continue, and what these lines really indicate is essentially, based on, formulaic, mathematics. I don't know exactly the way the Fibonacci formula works here, but what this essentially does is you take a look at these lines, say, okay, if it falls through, it's probably going to head to the next line. If it bounces off of it, it might continue to head up. So it looks like, based off of what we're seeing here from the Fibonacci retracement, that the 61.8% line here has been sort of broken here in this recent candle. So what that is implicating is that it could potentially go to the 78.6% line. So somewhere around here, it could possibly, land around here where we have lost 78.6% of this little run here. But again, we are still retaining, around 22% of this growth. And mind you, this run, they're not even considering, having started until we were at around 16. So all of this is not being counted in the retracement. So again, guys, definitely, worth taking a look at. I definitely don't think this works all the time, but, it definitely does work sometimes, in my opinion, and it definitely is worth looking at. So when it comes down to it, again, people love their decimal places as well, man. It looks like, these sort of 20 line might be a good time to rebuy. Again, I could very well end up putting a limit buy on that. If it falls through, maybe I'll set a limit buy to like 15 or 17 or something like that. So it really just depends. But again, guys, be smart. I don't like to give bad advice, and I don't give any advice, by the way, not a financial advisor, but I don't like to give bad opinions on this channel. I don't like to tell you guys, to buy and make reckless investments. I try not to do that. So, again, in my personal view, no, this all-time peak here was not the best time to buy. I think a better time to buy is now. So, that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel, guys, for more daily Shiba Inu videos coming every single day. Thank you so much. My name is Matt. See you guys on the next one. Peace.